Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most out there, fun, and random facts about the beloved 80s film Back to the Future. Because some of these bits of trivia include key plot points, a spoiler alert is in effect.
I've seen this one. This is a classic.
Number 10. The film was inspired by a yearbook. Picture this. You're going through your parents' basement full of old relics and stumble upon a high school yearbook. You learn that your father was the president of his class.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker. You remind me of your father when he went here. He was a slacker, too.
Now you wonder what it would be like to be friends with him as a teenager. This is precisely what happened to Back to the Future co-screenwriter Bob Gale. This is how he got the idea for the film.
Would I have been friends with my dad if I had gone to high school with him? And boom, that's when the proverbial bolt of lightning, shall we say, struck me.
Who wouldn't want to go back in time, seeing your old school and how your parents were in their adolescence? Everyone was just a kid once, even our parents. We're all nostalgic for that time, and that is a feeling that this movie really encapsulates.
Mom, Dad, did you hit your head? You guys look great.
Number 9. Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis faced a lot of rejection.
Never gonna get a chance to play in front of anybody.
Marty, one rejection isn't the end of the world.
Back to the Future is a legendary movie that has stood the test of time, past, present, and we're sure future. But it wasn't an easy film to get made. While it's not uncommon for writers to have to pitch their scripts to a few different studios before landing a deal, this movie was really put through the ringer.
He didn't like Professor Brown. We said, okay, how about Doc Brown? Sid said, okay. He made us change the name of Marty's mother to the name of his own wife.
According to Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, who wrote the script together, they were rejected over 40 times until Universal Pictures finally gave it the green light.
Frank decided not to make the movie.
Oh, no.
We didn't know why.
We're pretty sure those other studios are having some major regrets. If only you could go back and change the past, right?
We all make mistakes in life, children.
Number 8. The DeLorean wasn't the original time machine. The DeLorean was the perfect choice for the time machine in Back to the Future.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Like Doc Brown said, if you're gonna build a car into a time machine, why not do it with some style? Yet the original plan was to have a refrigerator.
What was it? It was a chamber built from an old refrigerator, and Doc Brown had to haul it around on the back of a pickup truck.
Clearly, that's nowhere near as theatrical as the DeLorean, and thanks to this film, generations of viewers are now obsessed with this niche car. John DeLorean even wrote letters to thank the film's writers because he was so thrilled that his car was featured so prominently.
I mean, look, the car is the coolest looking car that was available.
It still is.
It still is.
Yeah.
The gull-wing doors is just perfect.
We're not so sure Frigidaire would have expressed such gratitude, but we'll never know. Number 7. There was a chimp in the script. The original time machine wasn't the only thing that needed tweaking. We all know and love Doc's dog Einstein, and we cannot imagine any other animal as the world's first time traveler.
Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
However, Doc's animal sidekick was supposed to be a chimp named Chimp in the original script. The reason he was cut was because the president of Universal Studios at the time didn't believe the film would make any money with a chimpanzee in it.
Movies with chimps in them don't make any money.
Or so says Sid Sheinberg, Frank's appointed overseer of the project.
We're not sure his logic is sound, but we think this change was a good one.
Einstein, you little devil!
Can you imagine Doc sending a chimp into the future in a fridge? That's a totally different movie. Number 6. Thomas F. Wilson has answers.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Think, McFly. Think.
Biff Tannen is the antagonist we love to hate. Thomas F. Wilson played him flawlessly in all 3 installments of this film series. This role is his most iconic to date.
You and me, Lorraine! Watch it, Bess! It's meant to be! I'm gonna marry you someday, Lorraine! Someday you'll be my wife!
Apparently, when people approach him about it, he is ready.
Let's get over the Back to the Future stuff right off the bat. Yes, I was in the movie. You're all sitting there going, that's not the guy from Back to the Future. Yes, it is.
When fans interact with him, he has a card for them that answers their FAQs. Some of the questions include whether Michael J. Fox is nice, spoiler alert, he is, and whether the manure was real, which it wasn't. He even has a song version where he answers various questions.
What's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Christopher Lloyd like? Kinda quiet. What's Crispin Glover like? unusual. Stop asking me the question.
We think this whole concept is both genius and hilarious. Number 5. Michael J. Fox didn't sing. Michael J. Fox shines in this role. His comedic timing is impeccable, and his physical comedy steals the scenes.
My
name is Lorraine. Lorraine Bates? Yeah.
There's just one thing that he did in the film that we really can't give him any credit for. During the Johnny B. Good scene at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, Fox as Marty really is playing the guitar, but his singing is not his own.
Way down in Louisiana, down in New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good.
Instead, Mark Campbell from the band Jack Mack and the Heart Attack is the voice behind this tune. They could have fooled us, and even though he wasn't credited, we're giving him credit here since we think it's very due.
Here's the thing, know this coming in, you can't ever tell anybody you're it. There's no screen credit.
Number 4. The cast almost included Melora Hardin. Back to the Future is infamous for having initially cast Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly before switching him out for Michael J. Fox.
Well, they often ask me about the chemistry. I just felt we had a chemistry from the instant we walked on the set.
Well, shameless.
Yes, we just were so happy to see each other.
That wasn't the only cast member who got the boot. After Gale and Zemeckis decided that Stoltz wasn't the right pick, they had to decide what to do with Melora Hardin, who was cast as Marty's girlfriend Jennifer.
I was 17 at the time, too. So very, very painful. There's no doubt it was very painful. But I think I'd already had painful things happen, so I knew how to get through things.
Hardin is taller than Michael J. Fox, which ultimately led to her being replaced by Claudia Wells.
It was apparently the two female executives at the time that thought that it was emasculating for their lead character, male, to be in scenes with a woman that was taller than him.
We don't think we could have watched Jan Levinson the same way had she appeared in this film. Number 3. Michael J. Fox's filming schedule was crazy. Speaking of replacing Eric Stoltz, that decision led to a lot of chaos in Fox's schedule. While working on the film, he had to keep his commitment to Family Ties, which he starred in as Alex P. Keaton from 1982 to 1989.
Well, Dad, I was thinking, term papers and exams come and go, but the family unit is the one true constant in life.
So, he worked on Family Ties from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then he'd work on Back to the Future until 2:30 in the morning. This grueling schedule lasted for 2 months, and we're not sure how he pulled it off.
All it takes is a little self-confidence. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
When you watch the TV series or the film, there is no indication of any sleep deprivation. That is a nod to Fox's incredible acting ability and dedication to his craft.
I gotta go. Thanks very much. It was wonderful. You were all great. See you all later. Much later.
Number 2. There was supposed to be a nuclear explosion scene. The most memorable and iconic moment of this movie is inarguably the scene in which Marty is sent back to the future.
In about 30 years, I hope so.
We still hold our breath when Marty can't get the car started and Doc is hanging from the top of the clock tower. Can you believe that the clock tower wasn't originally going to be part of the film?
Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Mayor Wilson is sponsoring an initiative to replace that clock. 30 years ago, lightning struck that clock tower and the clock hasn't run since.
The ending was supposed to include a nuclear explosion. Marty was supposed to drive through a test site as a way to obtain the nuclear fuel he needed to get back to the future, but this whole sequence was too pricey. Thus, the lightning hitting the clock tower idea was born. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The movie's title was almost vastly different.
You've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the future.
Back to the Future. It seems like a paradoxical title, but it's actually brilliant, encompassing the entire mission of the film. Bizarrely, the movie's title was almost Spaceman from Pluto.
Well, what on earth is this thing I'm wearing?
Well, this is a radiation suit.
Radiation suit? Of course, because of all the fallout from the atomic wars.
We admit that this title is more clever than it originally seems, as Marty is basically an alien in his own hometown. He also uses the spaceman trope to his advantage while getting George and Lorraine together.
Silence, Earthling! My name is Darth Vader.
We even see mention of space later when George publishes a novel. However, it certainly doesn't tell you much about the film and could even be seen as misleading for a story about time travel. So they definitely made the right call in changing it.
Steven said, I know what to do. Dear Sid, thank you for your most hilarious memo. We all got a big laugh out of it. Keep them coming. That was it.
Which of these fun facts had you saying, "Great Scott"? Let us know in the comments.
Hey, Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.